Hello. Hello. I hope you guys are having a good day. Hope you guys are having a good day. So I wanted to hop on here and talk to you for a minute. So I'm just going to jump right in. So I was reminded, I had a Facebook memory and the other day, and it reminded me of, I've just been thinking about it since then. And what it's reminding me of is the fact that how God will use us even when we think that we're not usable or we can't be used or we're not good enough or perfect enough or healed enough or whatever the I'm not enough is. And sometimes because we think we're not enough of whatever that thing is, we think that God can't use us because we need to do something more before we're in the position for Him to use us. But God only needs a willing vessel. He doesn't need you to be perfect. He don't need you to have it all the way together because, well, you're not going to always have it all the way together. You're going to be in a much better place at some point than you are right now. And you're going to be in a great place sometimes wherever, than where you are right now. But we're always going, leveling up. We're always improving, developing, maturing, right? So we're never going to have it all the way together in the sense of perfection. We're perfect in Him, right? But we're still, as humans, people here on this earth, we're still growing, we're still maturing and learning and developing all those things, right? But what it reminded me of is, well, what I wanted to talk about is for those of you, it's time to use your voice, number one. And, it's time to use your voice. And if you think that you don't have a voice, you do. And if you think, like, again, that you need to do something before you're able to start talking about something, that's not necessarily true. And you don't need to have it all the way together. You don't need, you just don't. And so this post, what it reminded me of was back in, I think it was 2017. I most certainly didn't have it all together. Okay. I did not. But in January of 2017, that was the first time that I had preached on a pulpit in front of a group of people in church. And I most certainly was nervous. I most certainly did not feel like I had it all together. I did not have it all together. I was by no means as free as I am today, as healed as I am today. In 2017, I was still extremely pushing through, okay? When God used me to preach, He highlighted me. He had the people in leadership at that church come to me. I most certainly wasn't looking for no type of assignment to be preaching in front of nobody because I was not comfortable speaking in front of a group of people, okay? But He still did that. He still highlighted me. He still saw something in me that I didn't. He still allowed other people to see something in me that I didn't. They trusted me to get up there and preach to the pulpit, to the congregation, when I would not have thought that I was worthy enough or in a good enough position in my life to be able to get up and preach the word and a message in front of a group of people. And so as I sit and think about that memory, it's not only amazing, right, that God would use us and use us to speak into His children, His precious children, when He knows what we're going through. At that time in my life, I was still struggling. I was still involved in a relationship where he was not my husband. I was sleeping with a man who was not my husband. I was sleeping with a man who, I don't know, might have still been legally married at the time. I'm not sure. That's a whole nother story in itself as part of my testimony. But I was not healed. I was still struggling, right? I was not still wholeheartedly desiring to be in that relationship, but I had come out of wholeheartedly desiring it, but I was still struggling to come out of it completely. But God still used me. God still chose me to speak. God still chose me to preach. And so I hope that encourages you today to know that you don't need to have it all together. I was still going to church. I was still pursuing. My desire to know more of God was growing. I was still showing up to church frequently, consistently. I think by that point I had started going to church consistently. But I didn't have it all together. But God still used my voice. And so even in the midst of what you're facing today, God will still use your voice. Even if people in your life don't think that you should be speaking about something. If they still think, well, she's still living a sinful life, like, who is she? God knows who you are, and God will use you, okay? Because man is not the one that hands out assignments. God's the one that hands out assignments. So he gives you an assignment to preach and you accept it. You are worthy to be up there. You have a platform right here on social media where you have something that you can speak about, you can testify about, you can give a message about, you can uplift, encourage, edify, empower somebody no matter what you are going through today. As a matter of fact, your testimony itself, what you're currently going through today, can be the very thing to pull somebody else out. I struggle so much with this. I'm in so much of a better place than I ever have been. But I still struggle. I still have things I have to overcome, right? But God still uses me. So not only do I know that I have a voice and that I need to use my voice and my voice is being amplified, but so is your voice. Your voice is being amplified. God is wanting to use your voice because you have a message inside of you that nobody else has. You have something that you can share in a very specific way with your language, your personality that nobody else has and nobody else can. You can reach people that nobody else can reach. I can't reach the people that you can reach. Your pastor can't reach the people that you can reach. The prophet, the apostle, the minister, the teacher, that person you're comparing yourself to, that person cannot reach the people that are assigned to you because God put you on this earth. He put a message in you that nobody else has, that nobody else can tell. So you have a certain group of people that you can reach that nobody else can reach. So use your voice today. Lift up your voice. Don't be silent. This is a time where God is calling out more people at a more accelerated rate than I believe he has in the past. And so he's going to be calling you out. Yeah, you listening to this? You, okay? He's going to be calling you out to use your voice. He might be calling you to teach. He might be calling you to speak. He might be calling you to preach. It might be using your voice to sing. It might be using your voice to worship prophetically. Whatever it is, however it looks, it is unique to you. I promise you that there is a group of people waiting for you, waiting to hear your voice. So, use your voice. Do what you need to do to get to the place where you can open up your mouth and speak the message that God has placed in you. There is a message in the depths of your in the depths of your belly. I see, for some of you right now, I see like fire in your belly, fire in your stomach, which for me means there is a message that is deep within you, that is burning, a message that has to get out, a message that will leave you continually unsettled and uncomfortable until you get it out. Until you get it out, it is burning. It is like fire shut up in your bones. You have to speak. It's not just that you need to speak. You have to speak. You have to get it out. You have to make room, and you have to, you got to not be selfish. God challenges me in this way. If I stay silent, it is selfish because I'm saying that I'm too uncomfortable to give you the message that is going to help you. I'm too uncomfortable to speak out the message that God has given me for you that is going to set you free. So I'm more focused on myself, and that's not loving. So not only have I been challenged in that way, has God convicted me in that way, but I know that for some of you listening, that is also the struggle that you have. Yes, we know that God does not give us a spirit of fear. That is absolutely true. He does not give us a spirit of fear. And so we have to challenge that fear. We have to process. Sometimes you just need to be delivered. But sometimes it's really just a process. Like, think about, what are you scared to talk about and why? See, when you process through that, it's going to deliver you. Sometimes it is just the laying on of hands deliver you. Sometimes it is through knowledge. It is through healing. It is through wisdom and insight, receiving revelation from God that delivers you, that sets you free, that allows you to now open up your mouth and speak the word that God has given you. So I hope that this encouraged you today. I hope that you use your voice, because you have a unique voice that God has given you in order to help pull somebody else out and set someone else free. So be empowered, be encouraged. You are purposed for more. There is so much that God has for your life, and I pray that you have a wonderful day. Bye.